All right, we are live for a Thursday night live stream, RTD Live Talk, Detroit's #1 late night YouTube talk show. And of course, running a little bit behind, but I apologize. And so just Michigan weather, man, is something else, but it is what it is. So we are here. Looking forward to having some back and forth and talking about the need by the central bankers to go big or go home or let the system crash or you fill in the blank. So I'm looking forward to having some fun tonight. And so before I dive any further, I see there's a couple people hanging out in the chat. I appreciate you guys for being patient. And as always, for those that are tuning in, if we need new viewers, feel free to acknowledge where you're watching from. We'll love to acknowledge your presence as well as see where you're checking in from, as well as any returning viewers. Feel free to shout yourself out in the chat. And then when it's time to talk via phone lines, give me a call, 313-462-0027. Because I would love to hear what's going on. So I got a couple articles I want to get to. And, of course, I'm rambling and rumbling. So I'll do the best I can to stay on track and do less ranting and just more informing people what's going on. So we got Monkey King in the building from Texas. Says stay warm, Texas and others. We go Dexter Dave, Ada Ugosoy. If I'm saying, I'm sure I'm butchering that. It says go Bitcoin. So appreciate that. We got News Junkie 3000. Robert Thomas from Nova Scotia, Canada in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in, my friend. King D, Goldie, low blood pressure. What else we got? Dexter Dave. We got Tony B. We got Roger. Says ERCOT really needs a new Green Deal, and I don't need to be green and send some relief to build roads. Okay. We got Michael Robinson. Goldie. Okay. A fair amount of people here. I don't want to. Okay. It's kind of quite long there. Okay. Crypto King. Appreciate you, man. All right. Yeah. So it says we're on for an hour tonight. Tony B, if you want to do some, we can go an hour tonight if you're willing to commit to joining me on screen face to face. How about that? Oh man. Okay. So, of course, the subject matter of the hour, or for the tonight rather, is just the stimulus side of things. And so, Christine Lagarde, the new ECB chairwoman, came out talking about how it's too early to even begin talking about drawing back on the stimulus when it comes to providing people with the necessary aid they need to sustain their livelihoods, referring to the unemployment benefits and all the stuff that's happening in the ECB area. And then, of course, we have Janet Yellen, former chairwoman Janet Yellen, who's the now new Secretary of Treasury. So she's in charge of Uncle Sam's finances, and she's saying that, there's no amount that would be literally too big because we need to go big right now. And I wonder, what's the dire need of going big or continuing to promote the need to put all this funny currency out there if it wasn't a tall tale sign of how bad things really are in the economy? But I got another article here that talks about a lot of the stuff that's in the package, of course, has nothing to do with you and I. So, but I'm sure you guys are not surprised, to say the least. All right. So fake news says Facebook banned Australian mainstream news in Australia yesterday. Finally, some good news. So, yeah, I saw that. And I want to say they've kind of, lightened the load up a little bit, and they allow a little something for the Australian people. So if we have any Australians out there, I know we got Det McGrath from Australia. Let us know what's going on. Chairman. Gosh, Mike getting censored. Brando Commando, tell me what's going on, man. Of course, censorship it's very prevalent these days, so I'm not surprised whatsoever. But anyway, I want to stop ranting, man, and get to a couple articles. And so, as always, I want to make sure before I dive any further, for those, a lot of articles I want to share, and I'm trying to come up with a format that works in accordance to my schedule, as well as helping me lighten the load of trying to, continue to comb the news. And so that's why I want to continue to encourage people to join the Discord, because a lot of the articles that I'm going to grab happens to come from the Discord. And so that is the best way to make sure that we stay on top of everything as best we can, because I need your help with that. So anyway, join the Discord links. Once again, I'll highlight that. Let me actually pull the screen up here if I can. And let me see here. Let me grab the right screen, and then I'll show you guys just because a lot of people still to this day are saying, Mike, how do we get connected to Discord? It's like, okay, I'm doing my best to put it out there. And let me grab this real quick, and then we'll get started, man. And then also, I'm open to, let me see, grab the right stream here so I can go this way. Okay, this is the right screen here. So All right. So let me dive right into it. So before I get any further, I want to make sure social media tab is beneath this video here. If you go click on the third link, it says RTD Discord community page. Click on that, and then you'll have a direct invite to join the community throughout the day. And then this is the part where I need your help. Throughout the day, if you come across any articles, any videos worthy of sharing and bringing up to the audience, I need you to post them in the Discord page. So I'm going to grab everything out of the Discord page, and then during the evenings or whatnot, we're going to talk from the Discord page. So I'm going to try to focus on getting articles from the Discord, which comes from you guys. So whatever you want to touch on, put it in the Discord. And so that's include videos, articles, whatever, put it in there. And of course, the tabs are on the side so you can read news, crypto, videos, put it in accordingly, and we'll grab it. So just so you guys know that. And then also, I want to make sure you guys know for our extended talks, we're going to do that via Patreon just because it's more unfiltered, it's laid back, and we probably go usually 2 hours, it looks like, of just being able to talk unfiltered, face-to-face or call in or whatever you want. So those are for the Patreon side of things. So feel free to become a Patreon. You can join that, and we'll hang out there. And then also, throughout the day, I put articles on the Rethinking a Dollar blog. So check that out because it's gold news, crypto news, mainstream news. You need it. It's there. So check those out during the day, and you'll stay up to date for sure. Okay, with that out the way, let's dive right into it. All right. So, primary subject matter. Yellen pushes for more relief. The price of doing too little is much higher than the price of doing something big. And so once again, when you see someone coming out screaming about the need to go big, and it's been, she's been quoted on all mainstream news sources about the importance of going big. Why? Why do you need to go big? Because the system is basically tanking, and they need to pump some air in this damn thing to try to. So it's the equivalent of that Titanic right now. It's hit the iceberg a long time ago, and it's damn near, it's taking on so much water it's sinking faster. They need something to try to elevate it out of the water to keep it floating until they execute what I believe is going to be their version of a great reset. And so all this going big stuff, man, it's inevitable. It has to happen, So they're going to try to entice the people by saying it's for you, checks. So once again, I got an article here. House aims to vote on a COVID bill by the end of next week. And so this is Pelosi. So we got all these individuals here that are hard pressed to get some stimulus checks in your hands for what? As if it's going to make a difference in anybody's lives other than to further prepare, because that is the only thing they can do. It's go big or sink. And so we got Christine Lagarde here. Says countries must not brutally pull stimulus. So she's basically saying it's too much at stake for countries to talk about pulling back their programs for the people. And she go on to talk about how there's nothing in the foreseeable future. She's talking about with reaching the pre-pandemic levels by the middle of 2022. So with the ECB, she's basically saying that between now and the end of next year, it's going to be a lot of help needed for the Main Street economy. And so that means more stimulus in those different countries as well. So this is what's going on, man. So what does that mean? That means that from now until all the stuff basically completely unravels, they're going to do their best to try to paint a picture as the things are getting better, but it's going to be subject to the need for more stimulus. And then we got the bond yields are rising, which of course that's going to eventually put pressure on the equities markets because it's going to make it more costly for Uncle Sam to continue to run these basically, deficits the way that they're going to have to do in order to accommodate all this stimulus stuff. And so the Federal Reserve is going to have to step in with more reserves. They're going to have to buy up more stuff, trying to control the yield curve going out into the future. So basically we are at the point of breaking. And you factor in, of course, the bullion banks. I watched a video earlier with Lynette Zhang, and she's basically laid out a good case as to why the bullion banks are basically scrambling to get as much physical as they can out of fear that this upcoming delivery time period, there's going to be more. I think I saw something about there's 350 million ounces or something that's possibly set for delivery this upcoming March delivery period. And so once again, a lot of things are unraveling, man. But yet, what does that mean for you and I? Take advantage of the time we currently have now to get your weight up. And so I want to put a question out there real quick, and then I'll stop rambling, open up the phone lines, and we'll talk. But how much weight? And this is just on the financial side of things. Of course, we got all the other types of categories we can talk about for preparation's sake. But when it comes to metal, what type of preparation are you doing? How have you guys ramped up your accumulation of metals or whatnot? And so, of course, we got platinum, palladium out there doing some big things as well. All four of those primary metals there have been suppressed significantly. And the fear is that once they lose control, if they can't control the narrative, it's going to just pop. And therefore, I was listening to an interview on Palisade Radio, I think it was by Ted Butler, if I'm not mistaken. And he was basically talking about the big 8 bullion banks and how 4 of them are extremely short, and they're in trouble, and they're trying to scramble out of concern, as I mentioned earlier, of banks looking to, or investors looking to actually get physical, as opposed to continue to roll over these contracts month by month, which of course they're not doing that because there's a lot of panic out there. So the Titanic is sinking, man, and stimulus is the only thing they can do to try to paint the facade that things are going to get better. But yet, for people who are tuning in, you guys know what's really going on, man. This thing is already taking on too much water and it's going down. And I think what's happening in Texas, based upon the weather, is a good indication of how bad things are, because I think, Tony B, you sent me a video earlier of how, store shelves are empty down there. And so, and that's just because of the weather. Imagine it's the financial system when you can't go withdraw from your deposits, or you can't receive the claims upon your fixed income from Social Security or whatever it might be. If there's some type of glitches like that, then all hell gonna break loose, and we can get a good taste of that, of what's going on in Texas, man. But okay, let's talk, man. So I got a couple more articles I can pull up, but I don't want to hog the microphone up. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines, man, and feel free to chime in on any stories you guys want to touch on. And as I mentioned, for those that are tuning in, I'm trying to better get myself situated here with the stories I touch on, because it's more news that I can cover myself. So I'm gonna rely upon your guys' help to post stuff in the Discord page. So that'll definitely help us out here. And just to give you an idea of what I'm referring to, let me actually go into the Discord page, and then I will try to see what people have put in there real quick. Let me put this on the screen real quick while I wait on some telephone. Wait on a telephone to ring. So I'll give you guys a taste as to what I'm talking about. So throughout the day, if you come across articles, man, put it in the Discord page. So here you on the screen is the Discord page. And so here we got articles. We got Bill Gates says you can use U.S. can avoid a fall wave of this current jab. Of course, he's supposed to be, a scientist now, a doctor now. So that's the article shared there. What else we got here? Portland police officers guarding Fred Meyer dumpsters as residents residents trying to get discarded food from the garbage cans. Okay, we got Dropbox news here. We got more stuff here. We got the threat of war. So we got all this stuff in the Discord here, man, to share it throughout the day. And this is what I'm going to grab stuff from. AOC says Green New Deal is a solution to the Texas grid problem. Okay, if you say so. What else we got? We got the force majeure. So Tony B does a great job of keeping us up to date on the energy sector and how all these companies now are basically, they're scratching their contracts with the people they have contracts with, as well as the public, and they're not basically saying we're not able to live up to our obligations of delivering you energy, so you're on your own. And that's basically because of this weather. It's considered a unforeseen event that basically allows them to get out of these contracts. So this is what's going on, man. We got Walmart raises wages for 425,000 associates. Okay. All right, so I can go on and on. Then we got some crypto news here as well. So I see Bitcoin doing this thing a little bit. Crypto King put some stuff there. So yeah, Robinhood stuff there, and of course Dogecoin. So it looks like what does it say here? That Robinhood is behind the Dogecoin pump. So yeah, man, it goes on and on and on. All right, but enough of me ranting, man. Let's get back to the primary subjects of the night. So give me a call. Let's talk. I'll check in via chat, and let's talk about whatever else. Okay, and we got here thought here. Concept Choir says, Mike, they mentioned in the news that there was over 4,000 satellites up there, so you're not wrong, man. Yeah. So, I think, and we've had somebody in the community that does a lot of homework in that department call in and mention about the satellite situation, because eventually they're wanting to connect this whole blockchain, decentralized stuff, and have it running through the satellites officially, so that the power goes down here on the Earth, then we can automatically be connected at all times through those satellites. So the satellites there is not really for us personally. It's for them to try to enslave us, unfortunately. What else we got here? Okay, I see a super chat here. February 25th will break the back of COMEX. So That is a time frame that all the people who live in that space there, when it comes to the future contracts and stuff like that, they've painted the 24th as being the final day and the 25th being the delivery date, and we will see. And then I think Tony B, you did a good job of putting out that the Perth Mint, their website, I think it was. I actually went to go look for that, and it was taken off their primary website. But after the 25th, Perth Mint main website, they said they're going to close all their stores or whatnot for up to a week or something like that. So once again, what do they see coming? So they're anticipating something. Call it is what it is. Okay, so all right, let's get down to business, man. Give me a call. All right, so Tony, no. So let me put the number on the bottom of the screen there, and let's talk. So let me see. Okay, I missed some calls. Forgive me. So I've missed too many calls. I apologize. See, this is what I'm talking about. Trying to get organized, trying to, share some relevant stories, share my 2 cents on it, as well as get your guys' take. And I get caught up rambling too much. So, yeah, here we go. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Adam. I'm calling from Canada. How are you?
Adam from Canada. I'm doing good, my friend. Give me the lay of the land in Canada or whatever else is on your mind.
Yeah, it's cold up here. We got a lot of snow, but we're weatherproof for that. So thank God.
Yeah.
I feel my prayers go out to the people in Texas. So the reason why I called is on the 25th, like the comment that Adam made on there, where the super chat.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to break the back of the Comex. And I don't know if you've listened to Cliff Fire, his videos or whatever. Cliff was saying the 24th or the 25th is when that spike where he sees on his web bot the marker saying that this is going to slowly elevate, and the high you're going to get, and it's going to go into March 25th.
Yeah.
So people are going to see that the Comex can say, okay, silver, we think it's $22 or $23, but guess what? When you go down to buy something, they're saying, guess what? They can say whatever they want to say, but we're selling for $80 an ounce or $90 an ounce or $100 an ounce, and that's where the discord is going to come, and people are going to say, F you, you guys are fakers, you guys are suppressing it, this is what it's worth, and this is what you're saying. That's when all hell's going to break loose.
Yeah.
Right? And that's and it's getting there. Like you can see, they already changed. I don't know exactly what they changed. I was listening to the lady Zhang, and she said they changed the rules at midnight. They wrote into something. Don't expect, we may not be able to cover the silver that has to be delivered, but don't worry, everything's cool. So and that's where that's going to start. All that crap is going to start. They're already warning you they don't have it. So we'll see what happens on the 25th, my friend. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you for calling, my friend. Thank you for sharing those insights. And be safe up there in Canada, man.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. All right, man. Good stuff there. Yeah. So the prospectus was changed in regards to the SLV ETF. And so basically saying that, the actual price that you will see is probably will definitely be disconnected from the reality of actual physical price because they don't want to be liable for ultimately the disconnect there. So you can expect 2 different prices. You got the paper futures crap, and then you got the real price in reality. Of course, they're saying that they're telling us ahead of time it's going to be different. So expect that. So, but we're not liable for that because we told you ahead of time. So changing the rules of the game in the midst of the game as the game is coming probably to an end. We'll see. But anyway, all right, couple more calls. Let me get these calls in here, man. Yeah, share a quick thought real quick. Hello, caller. Where are we calling from?
Hi, Mike. This is Casey from Fort Worth, Texas, where the power's out and everything.
Casey from Fort Worth, Texas. So your power out, man. What's going on? Give me the rundown.
Oh, it was out, but most of the area where I'm in, at least, most of everything's back on. Okay. And it was not gonna lie, it was a little rough. It was 55 degrees inside my house, and when it comes to preparing for this collapse stuff, I got a little taste of it. And, I just want to give everyone a heads up. Make sure you got a generator, because I don't. Yeah. And it was, I definitely learned my lesson. And, I want to tell people, also there's these little camping stoves that you can get. And you got to have a propane tank. One, make sure you don't kill yourself by leaving it open the window, because apparently somebody died over the weekend or over the week from leaving the propane tank on. And
really?
I can tell you guys, with what I experienced over the week, make sure you get your preps in order. Make sure you get all your stuff in order, because it's no joke.
Yeah.
And not only that, just watching how all the gas stations are closed and how the funny thing was I didn't even realize this winter thing was coming in, and I went to Walmart to go get some water, and I didn't, and I looked at all the meat was gone.
Yeah.
So when I seen all the meat was gone, I was like, no, I'm gonna go down the can aisle. The last time I seen that was right before COVID.
Yeah.
I went down the can aisle. There was only like 5 or 6 things of cans, and I was like, I called some people around and said, hey, is there something I need to know about the stock market? I said, no, it's just there's a cold front coming, and I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
And but sure enough, if I would have known the power would have gone out, I probably would have done 1 or 2 things. But just
but hey,
people need to get this stuff in order if they haven't, and and you can buy all that silver, you can buy the cryptos, but when it's 50 degrees inside your house and you don't have any food, it doesn't matter. So, anyways, if this is our last chance to get our preps in. And,
hey, man, appreciate you, man.
Everybody luck.
Yeah, good luck with everything, my friend. Thanks for calling and sharing your thoughts and your experiences. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, man, good stuff, man. Here's an article here: Frantic shoppers empty store shelves. So there's a video as well. Let me grab this video real quick and share it with you guys. So just shows how when things hit the fan, the majority of the world is not prepared. So this is a great learning experience, man. We can all take from this event here, because it's good to say it's going to get worse down the line. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Hello, caller. Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Roger. I'm in South Texas.
Roger in South Texas. Give us a rundown.
Just following up what he just said, and I've always been the Mexican mañana kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'll do it tomorrow. And luckily, I had already bought a generator, and even more lucky, I didn't even need it, because I was one of the few houses that was spared to keep the power on.
Yeah.
But I mean, just what I saw as far as more than a mile long line for gasoline, even though we've got Mexico across the border. If these people would just wake up and drive across the border, I filled up for my friend's mother-in-law. I lent him my generator and went and got him gas and stuff. And so, but yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of trying to restate what the guy said before, is that a lot of us kind of think we should prep, and then we think, everything's kind of cool. Until it's not cool, and you wake up one morning and everything's different, and you sure wish that you would have done the things that you had thought about and actually acted upon them, instead of just pondering it and not really moving forward.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I appreciate you for sharing that, my friend. Thank you for calling in.
All right, guys. Yep. Keep warm, man.
Oh, definitely will. We're getting a little bit more snow now, so I'm feeling it. Thanks, man. Yeah, man, give me a call. Let's talk. So let me see. I got a video right here. Let me grab this video here, and I'll play this for you guys, and I'll check in via chat real quick and see what else is going on in the chat. Let me pop this video here real quick and give you guys a little taste of what's going on the ground. Man. So here's a video here. This is from yesterday. I didn't play this, I don't think, yesterday, but I can put it up here. And so it's a video outside a grocery store, and the line literally is down the street. This thing goes for quite some time. And the thing is, the people at the very back of this line, when they get inside, I'm sure there's nothing inside there. Hello, caller. Where are you calling from?
Oh, hello, Mike.
Hey, LBP.
Yeah, this is Fahmi Mohammed calling from California, San Jose.
Okay, how you doing, my man? What's going on with you? Give me your thoughts. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, I was just recently thinking about, I've been receiving the EDD money, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm saying you said
can you hear me?
Yeah, say again. What money?
Unemployment. I've been on that unemployment stuff. And Biden recently said, they're going to give you that 11-week extension.
The 7-week extension?
11-week extension.
11-week. Okay. So is that official, or is that, because I saw something about them trying to, if this next round of relief passes, they're trying to extend it to like September or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard, too. I'm like, dude, I'm rolling in the money. I thought they cut me off because I kept going on their website. It's been almost like 2 months now. And I keep going on their website, and it's like, you've already been paid out, and they're like, we'll refile for you automatically and stuff. But really, there's no updates, there's no nothing. And just all of a sudden last night, they told me, sorry, we've been having technical problems on the website. So just at the beginning of March right now, you can just certify for all the weeks that you've missed.
Okay, so the question is, if those funds,
I'm thinking, I'm thinking they're barely going to give me nothing. I'm thinking I'm going to get a little bit of money here and there. And I did the math, and then, bro, they might give me like $5,000 all at once.
Well, so the question is, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, normally I would be thinking about like buying some crypto or getting my weight up and stuff. Yeah. But damn, at these prices though, I just don't know about that. Well, and now they're talking about they're gonna extend it all the way out to like September. I'm like, dude, I'm never working again a day in my life.
Okay, man. If you say so, man.
I mean, I always thought this free money, imagine these rich people, in like Wall Street and stuff. They've been getting this money this whole time. They've been getting it like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finally, the people are getting a penny or two from that. Man, I'm like, damn, these people have been living like this the whole time while I've been busting my, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, enjoy it, man. Put it to good use, man, because as we're witnessing, these are unwinding, man.
Yeah, bless that coronavirus, man. Bless the Cervantes sickness or whatever, you know what I mean?
All right,
I don't want
to
get you
be good, my man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. Have a good day, man.
Oh, man, I got silly, man. So, yeah, I think he joined us for one of the live streams a while back. So, a lot of energy there, man. Anyway, let's talk. Okay. Oh, my goodness. What else is going on here? Eyes of the World says crypto family gets silver. Yeah. And so that's another thing, man. A lot of takeaways from this current situation in Texas or just in that region in general, because of the weather. It's a great lesson to be learned because, as a caller mentioned a moment ago, as to you can have all the weight you want, all the other assets you want, but if you don't have your life's necessities, including heat, water, food, and all those things like that, for a long period of time, then you can find yourself in the long lines like we see here. So those are all things to consider, man. So and that's why I think I'm probably going to reach out and probably speak to more individuals that focus on actually prepping, so we can go through some checklists that these people come up with. Because a lot of people who focus on prepping, like, Alaska Prepper, who's joined us on the show a couple of times, these individuals basically live their life in a sense where they prepare for events like this, which, I believe in, taking, some measures ahead of time, but I can't completely live and base my life upon a doomsday event that will probably come, but yet it's one of the things you don't know when it's going to come. So you can miss out on enjoying the moments if you're always in prep mode. So, but anyway, let's talk. Give me a call. I missed a couple calls. I apologize. Let's talk. What else we got going on here? What else we have? So let me what I'll do is I'll put for those that want to join us face to face, if you want to join me face to face and share a quick thought, feel free to do so. I'll put that option out there. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Mike, Tony from Oakland. How you doing, brother?
TB, doing good, my man. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad, man. I think we got a problem.
Okay, give it to me. Lay it out for me.
It's called an economic crash. If you look at the unemployment numbers, we've almost been a year averaging 800 to 1 million a week.
Yeah.
And there's no turning back.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is, instead of that V recovery, it's an L recovery, and they keep shoving money down a bottomless pit. And that is not going to end well.
Yeah. Hey, I agree, man. I do agree. And I saw an article earlier talking about how, based upon, of course, the expectations they've always been shot over that. And we're literally, the numbers are worse than they were during the great financial crisis. And it's a year after the initial, correction or crash that happened. So, it's no, and it's no solving that. They won't be able to paper that over. That's for sure. But they're going to try.
No, they aren't going to be able to paper it over. They're just going to be putting more money, and then jawboning us to talk about everything's great. Just hang in there. We got this. And meanwhile, we're steadily going down the drain.
Yeah.
The other thing that I wanted to mention to the callers is that I want you guys to remember all these superstars and Hollywood people and all these people, these NBA stars that you give your money to go watch them dribble a basketball. And here we are with people down in Texas that are literally hurting for heat, dying over heat.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to keep in mind what's going on down there. And when it comes to voting, vote them right out.
Yeah. Hey, good stuff, man. Appreciate you calling, my
brother.
man.
I'm going to let you know. Later.
All right, be good. Mr. LBP in the building.
How's it going, Mike?
I'm doing good, man. How you about yourself, man?
Good. I want to say hi to Bambi and keep it up.
He comes on with a lot of energy, don't he?
I heard him. You thought it was me, man. Mike? I don't sound like that guy.
It's with the level of energy and excitement, to get his point across. It sounded like he was trying to, it sounded like it could have been you. So I see how people could. Because for a minute when I saw low blood pressure in the chat, I'm like, is this guy disguising himself? But then you talk about getting crypto. I was like, no, that's not him. That's not him.
We all sound alike. We all look alike and we all sound alike.
Oh man, what's new today, man? How's the neck of the woods for you, man?
Everything's getting better, Mike. It's warming up, so it's like 40, so it's not that cold inside the houses anymore.
Yeah, that's good, man. That is good, man. So so as far as the news down there, are they still trying to, scare people to death down there? Are they giving you some good, encouraging news, like as far as like power's coming on and trying to tell people be calm, be patient, or they tell them remember to stay 6 feet apart, don't wear your mask, even though you don't have heat, keep your mask on your face. What they tell you down there, man?
Hey, it is a little warmer with the mask on, though.
Yeah, breathing your own air in, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the power's back, so I don't know. It looks like it's getting better.
Yeah. So here's another thing to consider as well. So as the power comes back on, probably spotty in certain areas, out of just sheer a story to highlight, they may be still trying to pump fear out there, saying that power is still out and people are still just to play on the fear, and then add the COVID stuff on top of it. So that's what I'm saying. When anything from mainstream media is usually just fear based itself. So that's what I'm saying. Like, are they sharing any positive news down there to give people hope that they're gonna have heaps pretty soon?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, Mike, because I don't really watch the local news.
Yeah.
But I tell you, down in the valley, the oranges, if they haven't picked them by now, they're gone. I don't even think you can make juice with them, because I got a grapefruit tree. The day before the freeze, I took them all down, and I left a couple. Are you getting that echo, or is it just me?
It's probably I got my speaker playing, so it's double voice. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Okay, so then I left a couple of the grapefruits on, and I took them off, and they're all gushy and nasty. Like, I guess once they freeze, they're no good. So if you got orange juice futures, you might make a little money. I don't know.
Yeah, so I would assume that if the oranges and grapefruits and all the the vegetables and fruits happen to freeze, they still should be good. If they were ripe and almost done. But I guess you're saying they're not, huh?
Not the grapefruit bag, not to eat. Like I have some that are frozen. Once they freeze and they come back thaw, the skin of them, it deteriorates. You can't put it on a shelf and sell it. So I don't know, but right now is not the time for the citrus. The citrus has already been picked, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't think the valley will really be affected that much with that.
Yeah. See, we don't have that problem in Michigan during this time because it's already cold as hell and it's snowing some more up here. So I don't know nothing about that.
Hey, I wanted to tell you real quick about this crazy guy on the internet that said it was Goldman Sachs guy. He was like, the shorts. The SOV is the shorts, or you know what he's saying? He's saying the ETFs are the shorts.
Yeah. I saw that article.
I was thinking, you saw that, and then I was thinking, and I know Mario Necco also mentioned that he thinks that what they're doing is they're buying the ETF, buying the silver, shorting it, and making money off it, and they're using the what do you call it, the custodian silver that, you know what I mean? It's not their silver, it's in the trust. Yeah. So they're just using it to make money, like they're manipulating it just to profit for themselves,
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, outside of just finding out that information, we already knew the game was rigged against it. We just didn't know how. So I think what's becoming more evident now is the fact that we're starting to see how the inner workings of the system has actually robbed us for so damn long, because all this stuff about how they're doing it is they've been doing it since 73, 74 when the whole comics future stuff started. So they've been suppressing the price deliberately for over 50 years now, or close to 50 years. So, are we really surprised? You know what I'm saying? I think it's just more so it's shocking as we find out how they're doing it, and it appears that they're losing control. But we'll see if they actually lose control or not, because they got 40 years of this behavior, man. I'm sure they can pull another trick out the hat and keep this thing going a little bit longer. Hope not, but we'll see.
I have a feeling, Mike, that they're showing all this. So then when it all falls apart, they could be like, "Oh, look, you see, we told you," because they're on the long side too. Don't think that they just shorten. They got a big, heavy, long position. And they know exactly what they're doing. They're gonna benefit more than us.
Watch this. Here's out there a question just for you. This from Miles. Appreciate the love. It says, "Can anyone use their 50K Bitcoin in Texas?"
I don't have any, so I don't know. That's some of the Bitcoin guys. I don't want to say any names anymore because I know they're probably frustrated with me.
But here's the thing, like, if your power's out, you ain't really concerned with your financial matters. You're more so concerned with getting some heat on, some energy, some food, and all that other stuff. And of course, the people probably went to the ATM machine. Of course, you can't get no cash out either. So those are all the emergency measures that we should have all been prepared before we got to that point. But ain't anybody thinking about spending no Bitcoin, nothing like that, or your silver, or anything like that, unless you are basically you need some type of liquidity or whatever. But yeah, Bitcoin, I don't think people really are concerned with trying to spend that stuff in this current moment, man. That's all stuff I think for down the line, I believe. Apart from people who day trade and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, that's what you use fiat cash for. Get rid of that junk first. And then, and then when you're ready, pull the trigger, trade silver for a big item. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy a big ticket item, machinery, land, something, a tractor, or cattle, something, Yeah. And but you're not gonna be trading it for gummy bears and gallons of milk.
Yeah, and somebody's always ready says you can't use your gold either. I throw silver in there too. So of course, like it's an insurance policy that during these type of times here, unless if you need to cash in on an insurance policy in a sense to be able to go redeem some of that metal to get some paper to survive to pay for some stuff, there's still people in our city that would be willing to accept the gold and silver. I'm assuming. So coin shops, even though they may not have no power, they got a generator and they're still open. I'm sure, and they'll be willing to take some gold and silver off your hands. What up?
It's not even the coin shops, Mike. When hurricane hit. In Puerto Rico, they had signs on the doors, but they didn't show them on TV. They said cash, gold, or silver. They'll take it. They know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I saw some videos, and even with the fractional reserve, like for example, these carat bar notes, which have like 1/10 of gold in them, those things took off real big in Puerto Rico because it was the closest thing that people can trust of being able to exchange value. So yeah, people will become very creative when stuff hits the fan, like we always do. So yeah, man. But what else is going on, man? Yeah, go ahead.
Let me get a caller, man. Let me see. Let me try it.
Let me see if somebody call in. So LBP want a question. So if anybody call in, feel free to ask Mr. LBP a question. Let me put the number up here again. Give us a call, man, and throw a question out there. I'm curious. Let me see if anything in the chat. Or just highlight a question. I'll throw it out there to them. Let me see. It said it's a lot of talk about generators.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about generators, man. And so let me see. A lot of Bitcoin talk. Yeah.
No questions. Don't ask me about that.
Tony B says you need to buy income-producing properties.
Yeah, but look, let me talk about income-producing properties. I had one in El Paso. I had a rental property. Mm-hmm. It was a nightmare, Mike. I had a mortgage on it. Yeah. Every couple weeks or every month, a phone would ring, and the property management company would say, "This broke. The toilet chain broke. $200." It's if you're gonna manage property, you got to be on top of it, because if you let somebody else touch your things, forget it. They're going to nickel and dime you. Trust me, unless you have a good company. But I've had bad experience. Yeah. The renters are in there. They don't pay. The dogs are pooping all over the house.
we got a caller, man. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Keener from Atlanta. How you doing, Mike? Great Discord the other day, man. You guys are like my personal shrinks, keeping me sane.
Appreciate you, my man. What's your question?
Good to hear you.
So low blood pressure. Do you think you'll convert your metal back to dollars and make your purchase, or do you think it'll be a situation where you'll strictly just trade your silver for whatever it is you're looking for?
Okay, well, this is what I think. Here in Texas, and according to the Constitution, silver and gold is legal tender. So I don't know how you would do that. But if someone's willing to trade me, like, say, a home or land, through an escrow, and they'd have to have some kind of a verification, third party, to take charge and make sure that it's authentic, I'll do the deal.
Yeah.
Or I'll do like those Bitcoin people do that. They buy stuff with Bitcoin, but they don't really buy with Bitcoin. A third party cashes them out and then they make the purchase. Mm-hmm. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm gonna say, here's all my silver. Give me paper dollars, like all at once. I'll use it as I need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you pay taxes in Texas with silver?
That I don't know.
Okay. I don't think there's not many. I think outside of maybe Utah might be trying something. I think Wyoming might be trying something, but I don't think
Texas doesn't have state taxes. We don't have state taxes here, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah,
man.
appreciate the call, man.
Stay safe in Texas.
Yep. Be good.
All right, thanks for calling.
Okay.
Yeah, man. The professor. Yeah, man. That's some good stuff, man. So yeah, man, you got your call, man. We got Vinny Grant says no state income tax in Texas. We got Natural Mother in the building. So a lot of people here, man. I'm late to the show. Feel free to give us some more calls, man. We're gonna hang out a little bit longer, it looks like. Let me get some calls for you and see what's going on. Hello, caller. Where you calling from?
William from San Diego calling in with LB.
Yes,
on the line.
Yeah, man. What's your thought, question,
going?
or whatever? Give it to us.
Well, no, I've always been supportive of the silver market, and I think that pointing out that very thing that low blood pressure reiterated about the fact that the ETFs are being used, the SLV essentially, and the ETFs that buy physical paper, physical silver paper, are being used by these, I would say, criminal brokers like the major players, BlackRock and Goldman Sachs manager admitted it, that they're using that for shorting the market. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, except that they must be on the side of the government as well. Like the government is them. We're up against a wall, aren't we? But anyway, I'll get off the line. Thanks.
But here's the thing. So clearly the Federal Reserve and the Treasury, they have to be in on it because they've allowed it for the last 40-something years. So it's like, I think the shocking part is the fact that they are now telling us how they're doing it. We're seeing how they're doing it. But just look at the price. $27 silver. It hasn't moved. It's the ratio is 67-1, and it's historically 16-1. That right there just shows how bad things are.
Yeah,
so.
But it's more complicated than that. I think that you're on the right track, pointing out that it is really just this single event, this notification from the Goldman Sachs and BlackRock are now look. BlackRock is selling $480 million worth of their physical paper, gold, to invest in silver, they said. But I'm afraid that they're going to buy the silver so that they can short it. I mean, this is crazy. But anyway, but I think this is the crux of the matter right here. Yeah. This is war.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the thing. And so that's one thing, to find out the details is one thing, but it doesn't surprise me at all. I'm like, when I saw that and read that, and of course I'm like, it just doesn't. I'm not like, because it's silver and gold is the people's money, and historically they've been robbing us. When they demonetized it, they took it out of our hands and gave us paper and digits. So I'm not as in shock or in awe to hear the type of criminality that they've been throwing at us for so long, man. So that's why the whole concept was get your weight up. So if you sit in physical, then you're not really concerned unless you play the paper game. So, that's my 2 cents, man. Let's take another call. Hello, caller. Where you calling from?
Hello. Yes, hello. How you doing?
Hello, man. What's up? Where you calling from, my friend?
Florida.
Oh, nice and warm. What's on your mind tonight?
Yes, I wanted to know how much should you hold physical silver for you and your family? Like how many ounces?
Can I answer that, Mike?
Hey, knock it dead. This is not financial advice, of course, but go ahead, give it to him.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my personal advice that I do. Okay, think about how high you think silver is gonna do, right? And think about your bills and your expenses and what it would take to pay off your house, your taxes and things like that. And think about, how much more silver would I need to buy what I really, really want? And then you multiply by 10, and that's how much you buy.
Multiply by 10. Okay. And mine is only keep in paper what you're willing to lose. So, outside of your outside of your immediate expenses, your emergency fund for maybe 6-7 months, anything beyond that, it all the risk falls on you. So, especially if you know the system is rigged against you, that all this paper stuff is coming down, it's literally coming down and crashing down. The more paper you got, the more risk is on you because they're gonna print it to oblivion. So, if you don't mind holding somebody else's liability, then, have at it. But that's just my little 2 cents there.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind
Sounds good.
Go ahead.
Okay. Also, keep in mind that it's not always the nominal value, like how much dollars. It's what it could purchase that you really have to think about.
Yeah. Now and in the future, because right now, 1 ounce of silver is $27 supposedly, $40 depending on the premium on top. But you can get? You can probably fill your tank up right now. But I imagine when everything blows and it's 3 digits, maybe 4 digits, think about that. What you can do with that at that time. So you can buy a car, plus something. So you have a lot more purchasing power in the future, I think. Anyway, let's keep it moving, man. Oh, you still there?
All right, thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. All right, be good.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I thought he hung up on. Oh man, having some fun, man. And so Tony B says, call in Natural Mama. So, yeah, Natural Mama hasn't called in a while, I don't think. Hello, Carlos. What's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How about yourself? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Steve from Jersey. So, a couple of things real quick. I don't know if you want to pull it up on the computer about the weather. This lady is from the IPCC. Mm-hmm. Her name is... Valentin Sarkova.
Okay.
So the IPC warned about this global warming. Mm-hmm. So this lady has come out and had mentioned it is no global warming. Mm-hmm. So that issue that we're having in Texas, that is an issue that is going to be continuing. And in 2027, 2008, we're going into what is called like a mini ice age, Maunder minimum, these periods in history where the climate gets cold. And it's not due to this global warming. It's due to the sun that controls our atmosphere. Mm-hmm. And so not only are we going to have problems with the money, we're also going to have problems with food growing because that cold air that's coming down through the Midwest, it's going to get extremely bad. So you just have to not just prepare for collapse of America, but this weather pattern is part of it. Yeah. Another person, his name is John Casey. Mm-hmm. He worked a part of the government when Obama was in president.
Okay.
And he wrote a couple of books, Dark Winter. Mm-hmm. And he explained to the people that the government is lying to you. And so this weather pattern that we're having, for the next 35 years, we're going to go into a cold period. And not only are we going to have issues with growing food, but the pipelines, all that stuff running through the Midwest may eventually collapse. And so the prelude is what you're seeing in Texas, and it's only going to get worse. So I would definitely look into that. Yeah. But the lady is Valentin Sarkova, and the gentleman's name is John Casey. But you have to look into that and prepare, because I'm already preparing for that as well.
Yeah. Hey, that's good stuff, man. So the grand solar minimum, put that on the screen. So that's what, I'm assuming you're referring to. So appreciate you, man, for sharing those insights.
You're welcome, sir. Enjoy your evening.
Yep, you as well.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts on that, LBP?
Well, I seen some studies. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting that feedback. It's messing me up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll cut the volume now. Go ahead.
Okay. I heard like in the 1700s or 1600s, it happened before,
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, I think it's real. I think it really is, because I've been noticing it's been getting colder and colder every year,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like we're being told so much stuff, man. Global warming, global cooling, and so of course we got the politicians on the left. We're always talking about climate change, but yet once again, climate change means bigger government, more regulation, more taxes, and them talking about eliminating carbon. But yet we got all these, the Green New Deal, which solar and all that other stuff is not really proven to be something that can withstand time. So everything is about money, man, and so we've been lied to all around, man. So outside of just getting different viewpoints from alternative media people, I take it all in, and try to process it. But once again, I look at the Bible, man. That's my anchor right there. So I know that at some point I'm leaving this body. So between now and then, I'm trying to live my best life, have fun, man, and make a difference. So, I just some things I just let other people focus on that stuff myself, man. That's just me. But what else? Feel free to talk, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna co-host with me,
okay,
just sit there and look at me.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. I got the phones. I'm trying to squint. I'm getting old. I can't see so good anymore. I got that really talks really good about that stuff. His name is the Ice Age Farmer. He's really good, but he likes to talk about those topics, and he's really educated, and I've learned a lot from him. A lot about even like about how raising animals and how the whole system works, because I don't really know too much about how he calls it from farm to fork or something like that,
Yeah.
And he's always like,
boy, man.
He's like, he's always saying those dirty pigs and those dirty cows. The government doesn't want you to have those dirty animals. He's a pretty funny guy. He doesn't mean to be funny, but I think it's funny. But he's serious and he teaches a lot. So maybe check that guy out.
I'm familiar with him. I've reached out to him to have him on the show, but never got a chance to have him on. So, but I do stay in tune. But once again, I focus on the financial and the monetary system. Getting off into the other stuff is important, but man, it's just I'm at the point where I think I'm doom and gloom tapped out, man. It's just I've been doing this for so long now, man, and to see it all come to fruition now, it's like, okay, I need to navigate myself to something else and put a smile on my face every now and then. But here's something for Vince Grant. It says, the nations are setting up for more AI, solar panels, and electric cars. Why in the world would they, silver riggers, ever allow silver to be freely traded? It would destroy the new Green Deal instantly. Great point. And that's a very valid point there, because they're going to need silver as cheap as possible. So if they're trying to build this green, new, better world that they have in store, they're going to need a lot of silver. And they're not trying to pay $1,000 an ounce the way that a lot of people in alternative media space is hoping that silver goes to in dollar terms. But yeah, so we'll see. So with that right there shows how all this of them showing their cards by showing how manipulated the system is could be a setup for something else. So I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on
it? If we pull together and get that silver off the market, they're gonna have no choice. Look how much paper money is out there, or digital money. It's just like the what is that called, the U.S. debt clock. Mm-hmm. That's probably like under. They're probably just lowballing it. It's probably worse than that.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all, because it'd be, even for silver, the number's high. But once again, that's just what we are aware of. Like, there's so much behind the scenes that we will never know, probably, because they've done a good job of hiding everything. So, hello, Carlos. Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm from Montana. I'm John. I was just gonna mention that the reason they've been messing with silver and manipulating it for so long is because they need it. It's the best conductor of electricity there is. I mean, copper's second, but silver's the best, and you need it for some real high technical stuff, and they've needed it for like 50 years at least. And anyway, that's right now. That's a huge reason why they're manipulating it. That's just my 2 cents anyway. Hey. I'll let you guys run with that.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for sharing that. That's a great point, man. They need it. And so especially if they're trying to take us all digital, everything operates, on the computer side with silver. So all the phones and the microchips and all that crap like that is silver based. So, are they setting themselves up, or are they still in control? We're going to find out.
There was another gentleman there. His name, he sells silver. He's from Minnesota. His name is Andy Scheckman.
Yeah.
He was talking about the Comex bars and how everybody's pulling those Comex bars off, and he's, he knows the dealers. He's got inside information. Yeah. And he's talking about a manufacturer of the 1,000-ounce bars. He can't even get them made fast enough that people want them. So that's good news.
Yeah, and he's I think one of his recent interviews, he's talking about how the waiting list, like he's been told you got to wait till March. The fastest they can get it made, get it out, and get it shipped and get it packaged out is till March. And he's basically saying like, hell, it may not be available. We don't tell us what type of world we're gonna be in by March. Nevertheless, to expect $1,000 bar or anything of silver. So that's the thing. We got a lot of people in that round panicking. That shows how serious things really are, man.
Yeah, Mike, let me ask you something. Look, I don't know exactly how it works, but according to what I'm thinking, the Comex contract, anybody could sell a Comex contract. You don't even have to, like, people say empty the Comex. I think a lot of those contracts are person to person. Like, I sell you a contract, so I'm shorting 5,000 ounces, and then you accept it on your side. So then when you take delivery, you have to take delivery from a person or an entity that sold the contract, not the actual Comex. I don't think it's the Comex selling contracts. They might be, but it's a person on the other side. So like when all those people demand delivery, it's going to be entities and people that are going to have to be looking for 5,000 ounces of silver. And where the heck are they going to get it? I can't get 1,000 ounces now from the Comex because they won't sell it to me, or from a bar manufacturer, like Mr. Sheckman was talking about. Only he has access to that. I don't. So how am I going to pay all these contracts when they come due?
Great point, man. And I think a part of the process of the contracts and stuff like that, they're amongst entities, the bullion banks, whatnot. And then once they come due and if people demand delivery, then they got to go out and go find it, and they got to go buy it at whatever price it ends at, or the contract settles for. And that's going to be the mad dash right there, because once again, the paper game, I think I forgot how many ounces per contract. I think it's something crazy for gold and silver, but
5,
it's like
5,000.
Yeah, like, okay.
It's a 5,000 ounce contract.
Yeah, so they throwing paper around like it's nothing. Like literally, you can write your name I can write my name on a sticky pad and it's have it 2 signatures on it and pass it as a contract. Of course, exaggerating how simple it is, but once again, it's just paper until somebody actually want to receive physical on the other end, and that's what we're witnessing this whole squeeze, man. So it's kind of exciting, man. Like, I'm really looking forward to next week because I want to see if this unravels or if this is another head fake. They could just be pump faking us, getting us excited like the Wall Street bet stuff was supposed to be the unraveling of a lot of hedge funds. But no, look who made the most money, the hedge funds. You know what I'm saying? They benefited off of that. So this could be a big pump fake, but by next week we're gonna find out, man. We will see. Now the question is, if it turns out to be nothing but hot air, well, a lot of the people who've been preparing by getting physical, will you be disappointed? Like, if say come March, the price go down to 25, will you be mad?
Well, Mike, I got in at 14. I maxed out my credit cards at 17 and 15. So, I paid some of them back already. I'm good, Mike. It could go down to 20 and I'm still all right,
Exactly. And that's why I'm thinking, like, at this current moment, here's the benefit of having the reserve currency. As long as the rest of the world around us still uses the Federal Reserve note and our debt as assets on their balance sheets and whatnot, we still have time. Like, because once we lose this privilege, we're not getting it back, man. So appreciate the fact that this manipulation has gone on for so long, because it allows you to actually enjoy the lifestyle you have now based upon the conditions you live in now. So if you live in good, enjoy it, man, because once all this stuff breaks, ain't no going back, man. So that's why I'm like, I hope they don't, what I'm saying? I hope that we can get some more time in this system to be able to get physical, man, because once it gives, you're not going to get no $25 silver nowhere, man, or 27 or 30. It's going to go through the roof. Enjoy the manipulation, man. Manipulation is your friend. That's how I look at it.
I tell a lot of my friends, well, I don't have many friends, I just know people. Anyways, I know some foreigners, they're from Middle East, and some from other countries. And I try to tell them to get their weight up, but they don't understand, and I tell them, look, like in your country, why is the standard of living better here? Is Americans smarter? Is there no scientists in your country? And they start thinking, and I said, well, there's teachers over there. There's resources, there's oil. Why is it so much better to live here, the standard of living? And then I tell them, it's because it's the dollar. We print all this money and we buy all your stuff from your country and you get paid for nothing. Yeah. And then they start thinking, and then they start kind of getting it. but they don't get the whole silver and gold thing, you know. And sometimes they do because it's in their culture, like, but they don't understand. Like, the thing is, they don't get fiat money, you know. They don't understand that they just printing it from nothing, and it's a hard concept to understand.
You also realize that outside of this country here, majority of the world lives at a much lower level, standard of living, to where the daily focus is the grind of feeding yourself, of putting a roof over your head and trying to live and sustain yourself today. You're not thinking about what your government and the central bank doing to you, nevertheless, how they robbed your future already. So a lot of people are not in a position to think beyond the day or the week, to nevertheless think about preparing for a financial collapse or a reset. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to convince people that the reset is occurring right now. It's been happening. Look at all the taxation we've been having to pay. That was the damn formation of the reset. So, yeah, now that the whole reset, I think it's going to be what type of unit of currency they try to roll out to us. That's going to be the final go around in this whole damn reset thing, because they want it to be solely digital.
Mike, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
You think the world will be forced back on a gold silver standard, or you think they're just gonna play this digital paper game forever?
Great question, man. So I think, because with following the gold, and so knowing me having followed all the Chinese articles throughout the entire process of doing this rethinking dollar, the concept is they've been buying gold at an alarming rate, and we don't even know how much. That's how much and how secretive it is. So China has plans for gold, so does Russia. It's going to be a part of something. How, I don't know. We were talking about this the other day in the chat, saying that there's going to be a basket of currencies, probably SDR, IMF type of situation, digital, of course, with the opportunity of redeeming it in gold physically, just like the digital yuan with the Shanghai exchange. It's redeemable. The contracts are redeemable in gold or in oil over there. So I think that's going to be something that's going to be a standard. But as of now, the digital yuan is what the people will use probably. And in governments themselves, to reestablish confidence, will try to do something pegged to gold. Yeah. But that's just to transition us into something else, man, because I don't think it's going to be something they want the people to use, because they don't want us to have gold and silver in our possession, given the fact that that's going to, disrupt their plans of going solely digital. So they're going to start off with something pegged, but it's not going to last. And like I think Bill Holter talked about, it's going to be 2 or 3 different resets, at different tiers. You know what I'm saying? At the so-called peg one, they're going to break the peg, give us something solely with, some paper unit. It's going to fail. They're going to devalue the paper, and then it's going to be solely digital. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the whole good guys, bad guys. I don't believe that for 1 second. Like,
the good guys are winning.
They're all bad guys. Everybody's just looking out for themselves. Yeah, trying to get rich with the least possible amount of work. Ain't no good guys out there.
Get your popcorn. Get ready. It's going down. Remember all that stuff from a couple weeks ago, man? It's going to be a great show. The military's in place. Watch it. They're going to be okay. Yeah. And then they kick back the date. I think it's March 4th, March 5th now.
Again. What are all those troops doing down there, Mike? They're still there.
That's a good question,
man.
For? And I'm of the mindset that last year, when Trump signed that executive order / national emergency, whatever, in March, that probably solidified the transfer of power into FEMA and into the military's hands, to where our country probably is in martial law right now, but it's being disguised as everything being in order with this, possibly fake this election process. It was just all for show, because like the whole concern about Biden being in office, I'm still questioning that. Like, all the election process look official, but it's too much stuff to question as to whether or not he's really in the White House, because if they've got the troops blocking everything off down there, I haven't seen him come in and come out like I have with prior administrations, like doing the little cameos in the hallways and on a balcony, even though it's cold. I saw one video last week where the mainstream media made sure they did a press op where they had Biden and his wife on the lawn in their, little, army jacket, president jacket with a cup of coffee, but they were on the grass. I didn't see him go in. I didn't see him come out. So, is
What's
that
he
just
doing?
for show?
Hey.
Huh?
He's like those guys in Los Angeles. He's living outside like a bum.
Yeah, so we didn't see him come in and come out. And with the prior administrations, we always saw activity of, the making sure the doors open and people holding the doors and the troops and they're escorting them out. I ain't seen none of that for Biden yet, and it's been almost a damn month.
You see that dog? That dog getting more coverage. That dog be jumping around that yard.
Oh, man. Let me see it. So okay, so Tony B said I missed a couple super chat. I apologize, man. Let me go back real quick. Did I? Nothing popping up on my side. I apologize if I did, man. LBP, man. Feel free to talk, man. Ask you, throw some questions out to the audience, man. Like, if you co-host with me, go ahead and throw some questions out. You got to talk, man.
Hey, I want to know what happened to Spirit King. Where did he go? He changed his name?
Spirit King got offended over the gold chain I put on that night. And I think in the chat, he mentioned that, I think because Bar Lake Broker always talk about the gold chains. And so I put on my gold chain that night. And I think that was the night that was it. He disappeared.
Oh, man.
And we've communicated via email and Twitter. Even he don't hit me up there no more. So I think, and plus he's in Portugal, so I don't know what the situation's like over there. Maybe something changed for him, but yeah, he's gone, man. But he actually came back in the chat under a different name for a while. So I did see him out there. It wasn't Spirit King no more.
Hey, you see that story about those I don't know what they're called, that little group that stormed the Capitol? The guy was an FBI supervisor. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. No. So is this a newer story or it's an old story about
It's an
January
older
6th?
story, but
Yeah.
he was like in that group. I don't know what the group was called, but it was one of the ones that stormed the Capitol, and they said he was a formal section chief. That dude ain't no formal. When you're in the FBI, you're no longer formal. You're in that thing for life,
Mm-hmm.
Even when you retire, you're still kind of an agent,
Yeah. No, I didn't see that.
That dude was in on it.
But I did see a couple pictures, of course, behind the scenes from alternative media where they had some uniformed cops changing clothes to put on a protesting gear or whatnot. And so, and that's the thing. Like, so with Pelosi talking about formulating a 9/11 committee type situation to investigate that, what the hell are you gonna find? Because the people who started all that and instigated that were the people who've been doing it all damn year with the Black Lives Matters and Antifa. When you got all those people coming from around the country on that damn area. It's nothing but trouble, man. But what the problem that bothers me is that you had all the true patriots / MAGA Trump supporters out there that they didn't stand up and squash that, and to where they wouldn't prevent them from even going into the damn Capitol. You know what I'm saying? I imagine some of them got mingled in amongst them and went in like a damn dummy.
They opened the doors for it, Mike. You didn't see that they roped it off, and they're like, "Oh, there was a tour guide saying, look at these pictures. On the right, we have a picture of so-so. On the left, it looked like a tour." And then these congressmen like, "I was so scared. Man, if your life wasn't threatened, if your life was being threatened, they would have been shot dead there, Mike.
Yeah.
The security in there is not gonna put up with that."
Yeah, now watch this. So of course I saw the footage. I guess the young lady who was shot and killed, from the angle I saw, she was trying to get through the door. She was the first person to stand up there, and apparently she caught one in the chest. But I'm thinking when I saw that, the police were right next to her. Like, they're letting them break the window and the glass, and she stood up there. I'm thinking, like, why weren't they so concerned when they were vandalizing every damn thing, but they started scrambling when she got shot on the floor bleeding? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, like. That's the type of footage you won't see on CNN or Fox or News, or they won't show, during the whole impeachment process. But come on, man. It's just, if people start waking up and ask questions and start looking away from the damn mainstream sources, killing me, man.
It was crazy that they were blowing it up like if they were being held hostage, and SWAT team went in there and they had a hostage negotiator. None of that even happened. They were acting like that's what happened.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But hey, we got the hour point, man. Get ready to dial back. So what's it? Because it's what hour behind or 2 hours behind?
No, I'm in Central Time. It's 9:44.
Okay, so it's 10:44. So I'm an hour ahead. All right, man. Well, LBP, man, I'll let you do the sign out, man. You sign us out.
All right, everybody, get your weight up and give us a thumbs up, please. And throw a tip in once in a while, all right? And we appreciate everything what Mike does. I don't get nothing out of this.
I appreciate you. And so just as a heads up, I even went to LBP a while ago mentioning about, if he wants to get behind the mic, we can collab, man, because it's always good to get more than just one voice. So LBP, this is a official invitation. If you're interested in having a segment on the show, let's do that, man. So.
All right, I like it like this, Mike, because I got 6 kids. I'm busy a lot. I know you got your family and all that too, and we gotta juggle this time. But if you're on and we do the FaceTime, it's cool.
Bet. You said, somebody said in the chat a while ago, is he sitting on the toilet?
Yeah. You guys really want to see? Nah, I ain't gonna show it.
Hey man, can't keep some things private. But it was like he's sitting on the toilet on his phone.
I got my pants on though. Don't worry about that. I don't want to get the ladies crazy.
All right, man. Well, hey, everybody, be blessed, be safe, man, and have a good weekend. I'll try to get connected tomorrow. I'm on a road tomorrow, but be blessed, be safe, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.
All right, bye.